Before we get started, a friendly reminder that my videos are not for children. I curse a lot and I make a lot of sexual jokes, and this video is no exception. What's up, fuckers? My name is Alexander Hamilton. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to the uncle who works for Nintendo. Now, I'm playing this game because I wanted a break from The Sims for a little bit. I've been doing literally nothing but recording Sims videos for a week now, and I wanted a break. Now, I remembered watching Markiplier play this game a while ago, and I remember it was really entertaining, so I went searching for it thinking it was something you had to like download onto your desktop, but no, apparently it just runs on your internet browser, so that's what I'm currently playing it on. Also, there's no face cam right now because my phone is pretty much dead and it needs to charge. Also, something I should acknowledge, if you randomly hear me like stop in the middle of a sentence, go ow, that is because the earbuds that I'm using right now are from the dollar store, and they will occasionally start like making very loud static in my ear. So yeah, anyway, enough beating around the bush, let's get into the game. The uncle who works for Nintendo. I'm pretty sure this is based on a creepypasta. Ow, my earbud just started sparking. You're 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? Trying to remember what my actual best friend's name was. I think it was Andrea? So Ashley is probably closest to that. Ashley. Your best friend Ashley has invited you to sleep over at her house this weekend. And you've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. Well, I have to click one of these. Does it matter? Asking your mom. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. Sometimes you feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. Oh, that's sad. Only a formality. On a Friday night, you're home for only a few hours. Only long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more, and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Ashley's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned, this is like a text-based horror game. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. Oh, there's a full screen button at the bottom here. Probably should click that earlier. This is like a text-based horror game. I assume it's an homage to like classic like text-based adventure games from like the early eras of gaming. She leans out the window to you. Behave yourself, okay? She says as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, Mom. Okay, Mom. Be nice to your mother. Yes, Mom. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. And kiss Mom goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Ashley's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You see Ashley waving at you from her bedroom on the 2nd floor. Head inside. It is 6 p.m. Ashley's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Ashley are camping out there tonight. Cool. Okay. Cool. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den, then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as when your mom left. Give myself a drink of water. I'm going to be really flexing my voice acting chops in this video. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Ashley's dad shot years ago. And of course, there's the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Ashley's house is than yours. Anyway. Noises. Oh, there's more stuff. Ashley entered the room while you weren't paying attention. She now stands in the doorway, smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner, she asks. Yeah! Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Ashley's favorite meals, as her mother points out, while piling a helping onto your plate. Ashley's father cracks a beer jovially. Ashley's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Ashley are getting into at school. Well, dessert is heaping bowls of ice cream dribbled in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours. Why is this an option? Cracks a beer. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think it was beer? Ashley's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact now that you've remembered it. Well, whatever. I've unlocked things. Ow. My earbud's frickin' buzzing in my ear. It hurts. It's weird because, like, I'm hearing my own voice through my microphone in these earbuds, and it's ultra weird because when... Is that dog barking in real life or in the game? Yeah, it's weird when my earbuds start going staticky because I hear my own voice becoming, like, distorted and staticky, and it's creepy. Hold on. Yeah, that's in the game. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. Ow, my ear. You go along. Ow, my ear. You go along now, says Ashley's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Ashley. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Whoa, what the heck is this? Is this like a spider web? Whoa, what am I... I'm guessing that's to exit full screen mode. What even is this? Ashley's room was Ow, my ears. Ashley's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite the full-size bed. My freaking earbuds, like, staticky in my ear. It's like suddenly, like, Alistair from Hazbin Hotel, like, manifests and, like, leans uncomfortably close into my ear and, like copies my words. Okay. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite the full-size bed. We'll take the 64 down first, says Ashley, heading towards her TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's her prerogative, of course. She gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Ashley begins unhooking cords of the Nintendo 64 from the TV, you catch sight of the other things she has in there. All the major stuff, an old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too, things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights, a smaller or purple one, a strange white and yellow tower with what looked like gloves resting on hooks on either side, a compact white cone. What are those? Ashley looks through the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, she says, they're pretty cool. I can't show them to you, though. They're still a secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember. Her uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through the nearby set of patio doors, you see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the walls. Ashley is parked in front of the large TV, playing something on the Nintendo 64. Grandfather clock. It's 7 o'clock. Framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Ashley cradled lovingly between her mother and father, or any one of the three on her own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Ashley's uncle. Do something else. Ashley's uncle. You didn't find any. Not one. The only pictures here are of Ashley and her parents. You don't know why that makes you feel uneasy. Time passes. Okay. Grandfather clock. It's 7:30. Okay. Talk to Ashley. What would you like to talk about? Games. You talk about how much you like games. Ashley raises an eyebrow at your remark. What do you like about them? The chance to be a different sort of person, the challenge, solving puzzles and stuff, being a hero in the stories. Being a hero. Yeah, she says, it's a nice feeling. But something in her voice tells you she's thinking about something. What's up? You okay? What's up? Do you think it's weird to play games? She asked suddenly. And before you can say something else. I mean, like, is it weird for a girl to play games? Yeah, I know what you mean. What? No! Your gender, I know it's this, I'm assuming this is taking place in like the 80s or 90s. Your gender has absolutely nothing to do with how much you enjoy video games. Literally anyone can enjoy video games. Okay. I'm gonna stop the train of thought before I start going on my gender of the construct rant. Change the subject to something else. You'd rather have a one-sided conversation about whether RPGs on the PlayStation are better than the old SNES ones. An hour passes. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Watch Ashley play. Think about Ashley's uncle. It began with Mew. What is even on the screen right now? You didn't believe her at first when Ashley came to school one day and told you she finally caught Mew. Prove it, you said. So she pulled out her Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked in Ashley's game. It's really strong, she said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Ashley demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got in a single hit on Ashley's Mew. You were the first one down. No one else got in a single hit on Ashley's Mew. You asked how Ashley managed to get it. In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at recess. The allure had faded. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, asked Ashley. You were walking home one night past one of the construction crews. Ashley still lived next door to you at the time. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over town. Buildings had collapsed. You were standing at the intersection with Ashley as a truck rumbled by, loaded up with ragged tree trunks. What a bad storm. Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Ashley move? There was something nice about being neighbors. Oh. He also got me this new Game Boy, said Ashley, pulling it out of her pocket. You hadn't noticed it early, but yes, Ashley now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, she had one of the old ones. A big gray brick like yours. This one's special edition, said Ashley. Isn't it cool? You agreed. You snap out of your reflections. Try going to the kitchen? Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, which is also deserted right now. Fridge. There are a few things in here. Soda, cold pizza, milk, a water pitcher. Cold pizza! You grab your snack and exit the kitchen. Head back to the den. Clock chimes. Ashley's mother bustles into the room, holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Ashley, her eyes not moving from the television. I hope you're having fun, says Ashley's mom. Here's some popcorn, extra butter. She places it on the floor next to Ashley. Almost immediately, Ashley is shoveling popcorn into her mouth. Meanwhile, her mother smiles first, then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if she gets thirsty, she says, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. I already figured that out. Say thank you. She looks at Ashley. Your father's gone to bed. It'll be there. I'll be... blah, blah, blah. She looks at Ashley. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon myself. I want I want you two kids to keep quiet tonight, alright? Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon myself. I want you two to keep it quiet, alright? Yes, Mom, Ashley says tiredly. Oh, and before I forget, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he's a... Oh, and before I forget, she adds, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. For the first time, Ashley stops playing her game, stops eating popcorn. She turns to look at her mother. Okay, she says, I want you to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And with that, she's gone. Okay. Grandfather clock. It's 9. There's a bowl of popcorn. You grab a handful of popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Remember your own Mew. You got your own Mew, eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon that you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't yet traded for, including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies, it was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Ashley's. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Ashley's had wiped out everyone at school, it had looked completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. You asked her why. What? She said. That had been here in the den. Here. Ashley had moved by then, but how long was that after the first storm, after she got Mew? You can't remember. What? She said. It had been here in the den. Oh, that thing? It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me a special edition Mew first of all, she said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game she was playing. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. I asked what she meant by that. Just what I said, Ashley replied. You cheated, got a fake Mew. So of course there'd be problems, glitches and junk. You feel your cheeks redden. But not me, Ashley said again. I got the real Mew, and only me. My brother was so jealous. Ashley's brother? What about him? Ashley's brother? What about him? Why does remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. It's 9:30. What about the framed pictures? You walk around the den. Happy Tiley family. Wait, no, something is wrong here. Something's different. Where's Ashley's brother? You know she had a brother. You know it, except he's not here in any of the pictures. And you think harder about the brother. He was older. Not much. 1 or 2 years. A jerk sometimes, but not any more of a jerk than you are to your little sister. When it snowed, your mom would pay him to shovel the sidewalk outside your house. He lived next door. His name was... Remember his name. You can't remember his name. Ask Ashley about her brother. Where's your brother tonight? Is your brother spending the night with one of his friends? Hey, why aren't there any pictures of your brother up? This one. Ashley pauses the game she is playing, gives you an odd look. I don't have a brother, she says, but I remember him. There's a long pause and uncomfortable silence, broken only by distant thunder, the Nintendo, and the clock ticking. You're such a weirdo, says Ashley and turns back to the Nintendo. The subject, it seems, has been dropped. Time passes. Clock chimes you are in the den. It begins raining outside. It's 10 o'clock. Ask about Uncle's visit. Your uncle stays with you when he visits? Yeah, Ashley says nonchalantly. He lives pretty far away, and so he just drops by. Isn't that a little weird? Ashley gives you a look you don't like very much. How would you know, she asks? You don't even have an uncle. Yeah, I guess so. You drop the conversation in silence. Go to the bathroom. You head to the bathroom down the hall from the den. There's a shower, a linen closet, and a toilet. Shower. There's nothing in the shower. No boxes of soap or shampoo. No shower head or faucet. It's just an empty box. What is going on here? Linen closet. The closet is completely empty. The walls are a strange, untextured white. You realize there's something wrong with the toilet. The water in the bowl looks solid, like glass. You attempt to turn the handle, nothing happens, but the toilet emits the sound of flushing anyway. Suddenly you don't feel like having to go anymore. What is going on here? Go ahead, back to the den. It's 10:30, this is weird. I guess watch Ashley play? You don't feel like playing games or watching anyone play games. I'm just curious what's gonna happen. Framed picture. Do something else. Talk to Ashley? What would you like to talk about? Ask if Ashley thinks this storm will be as bad as the last one. Do you think this storm? Does it really matter? Both of these seem like they would lead to the same option. I don't know what you're talking about, says Ashley. You don't remember? Remember what? The storm. It happened a few weeks ago. It was huge. It took down trees. Ashley shakes her head. If it was so important, I'm sure I would have remembered it, she says. You fall silent. What would you like to talk about? I guess school? You try to strike up conversation, but Ashley is too involved in the game and seems to be ignoring you. You simply watch her play in silence. An hour passes. The clock chimes. You're in the den. It's 11. Oh, it's midnight. The grandfather clock chimes the hours as Ashley suddenly looks up from the 64. It's time, she says. Stop being weird. Someone knocks at the front door. That's him, says Ashley, standing up. I should go let him in. As she leaves the den, you realize you could follow. A part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. As the knocking continues persistently as you follow Ashley to the front of the house. Ow, my ears! Outside of the pebbled glass of the front window, you see a tall, dark shadow. Ashley goes to the door to the deadbolt and cracks it open. You can come in, she says to whoever stands on the porch, looks over her shoulder at you. Sorry, she says. Before you can ask what there is to be sorry about, the door slams open. Ow, this hurts my ears.
Come closer, child. No more worries, child. I am hungry, child. No more worries, child. Hello, child. Fear none. Screaming cease. Stop it, child. Hello, child. Hello, child. Hello, child. Hello, child. Hello, child.
Make it stop, 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 make it stop. What the fuck just happened? What? There's multiple endings? Undefined error. You met the uncle who works for Nintendo. That end sound really, really hurt my ears. Hold on, I need to turn down the volume on my computer. Fuck, that hurt my ears a lot. Okay. Locked. Things are a little weird here. Try to run, but it may turn out to be a game of hide and seek. Yep, it's definitely weird here. You don't feel like sending the night? Call your mom and ask to be taken home. Be sure you have enough time for your ride to show up. Some things you remember don't match what you see. Learn what you can, ask questions, have a serious talk, don't be mean, but still, get out of there. Some things you remember don't match up what you see, get out of there. Then make what might be the worst decision ever. We start from the beginning. We start at 7 o'clock in the den. Oh, we're gonna be here a while. Okay, what's this second ending? Things are a little weird here. Try to run, but it may turn out to be a hide and seek. Huh. So is that pretty much the same thing, but this time hiding when the uncle shows up instead of following? We start from 7 o'clock at the den. One quick question. Was your friend's father drinking beer at the dinner? No, he doesn't drink. Okay, I'm gonna play around with some of these options just to see if things are different, but I'm not gonna read out everything. Oh, they say the same stuff about me. Everyone says it's weird that I'm friends with you. They say the same stuff about me. Girls don't play video games. Fuck yeah, girls play video games. Why don't you play girl games? You're not as good at this as a boy would be. I don't want to trade Pokemon with you. Yeah, says Ashley, yeah. But they're jerks. Who cares what they have to say? I'm sorry they're like that. I really am. I'm sorry I don't stand up for you. Turn the conversation. But they're jerks. Who cares what they have to say? Ashley shrugs tiredly. Yeah, who does care? Without another word, she returns to the Nintendo, leaving you alone with your thoughts. The shower is pristinely clean. It's a linen closet filled with large fluffy towels and washcloths. You're not sure why you looked in here. You go to the bathroom, wash your hands. Huh, that was odd. Ask about Uncle's visit. Okay, that was odd. I just realized I wasn't reading for any of that. Sorry, I was so sucked up into that I wasn't reading for any of it. Okay, I don't want to play games anymore. I'm gonna preemptively remove one of my earbuds. Be scarce. The bathroom. Linen closet. You crawl into the plain white boxes about the size of the linen closet and close it behind you. From the front of the house, you hear the front door slam open. You don't hear anything except...
Child.
The rain. No, not just the rain, but that voice in the back of your head, like...
I am coming for you, child.
Like something you can't even begin to describe. Though you locked the door behind you, you hear it open easily. Something walks in, holds your breath. You're not entirely sure how you know something is out there because you don't exactly...
Oh, child.
Hear it moving, but you know it's there. And you know it stopped.
Poor child. child.
Right outside your hiding spot. It opens the door even though immediately you realize it doesn't have any hands.
Oh, child, I am oh so hungry, child. You cannot run, child. Hello, child. No more worries, child. Hello, child. Struggle, cease. Screaming, cease. I have friends for you, child. Friends for you. In the dark, you will play forever. In the dark. In the dark. Hello, child.
Oh, God. Ha! I got the second ending. You tried to hide, but the uncle who works for Nintendo found you. Okay, let's see how to unlock this thing. Something's definitely weird here. You don't feel like spending a night. Call your mom and ask to be taken home. Be sure you have enough time for your ride to show up. Okay. You start from 7 o'clock in the den. 8:30. Okay, call your mom. Passing through the dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits on the counter. Call mom. You dial your mom's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. Mom, things are really weird here. What? What do you mean? I just want to go home, Mom, please. Really, honey? She asks. Hi, Mom. What's up? Do you need something? Okay, that was weird. She sighs heavily. Of course, she says. I'll call the sitter. She'll probably be there in an hour. Now, I really have to go. She hangs up. Return to the den and pack your things. Clock chimes as you enter the den. Ashley doesn't even look away from the TV as you come here. Announce that you're leaving. What? Ashley stands up, not even bothering to pause the game. No, you can't leave. It's almost time. I'm not having fun. But you will! I promise. There's so much stuff I had plans for tonight. I was gonna let you play the next Zelda game, the one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, she's already running upstairs. Ashley continually runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack your things. Every time she presents something new, you ignore her, brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, Ashley says. Just stay the night, please. Outside you hear a car horn honk. No, you say, and with your night bag slung over your shoulder, you march to the front door and exit into the night. As you walk to the sitter's car, you see your little sister in the back seat, still in her pajamas. Your sister, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be here, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulder, back to the house. Ashley is standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house as you watch. You see her parents appear in the doorway behind her. Yeah, wave to her. Without acknowledging you, Ashley's parents lay their hands on her shoulders. They turn back into the house, and the door closing just as everything slides out of view. Hold on, I just realized there's a face in this texture. I initially read it as a doorknob or something, but you can, like, vaguely make out, like, eyes and the shape of a body. Kind of. As you turn around in your seat to look out the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Ashley doesn't show up to school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mr. Scott, where Ashley is. He blinks at you confusedly. "Oh," he says eventually. "Well, Ashley. Well, I'm surprised she didn't tell you about this, but she and her family moved away." The house is empty when you ride your bike by that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign stands in the front yard. Go home. You never see Ashley again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forget about her entirely. Well, I did that. What's in this one? Some things you remember don't match what you see. Learn what you can, ask questions. Have a serious talk, don't be mean, but still, get out of there. I think I'm gonna have to look up a walkthrough, because I don't know what to do. Alright, one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, I looked up a walkthrough. I know what to do now. I took notes. Yeah, so I know how to get this ending. I got close. I was on the right track, but I know what to do now. Okay. You start from 7 in the den. Think about Ashley's uncle. Make sure to click on the thing about the construction crews and being neighbors. Remember your own Mew. Okay, talk about games. What's up? Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, same stuff about me. Hey, I was on the right track, but this is what I needed to say. I'm sorry I don't stand up for you. Ashley looks surprised, as if she never considered this as a possibility before. "No," she says. "No, you wouldn't have to do that. But I should." "Why?" "Because I'm your friend, because they're jerks, because no one should be treated like that, because they shouldn't people that, because they won't stop unless they feel like people will fight them, because I'm sick of it. I just want to be able to play your friend and play video games and not have people be terrible about it." Yeah, I like that last one. "Oh," she says. And then, "Thank you." Ashley returns her attention to the Nintendo, leaving you alone with your thoughts. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Okay. I was on the right track, but... Okay. I know what to do now. Is your uncle coming? Nintendo. Sort of business. Okay. I'm not sure I believe you about your uncle. I don't believe your uncle works for Nintendo. You think you've finally done it. Ashley stands up, fist clenched at her sides, mouth twisting horribly as she struggles to say something. You watch as she takes a step towards you, and you clench your teeth and wait. Ashley darts forward and pushes you back onto the hardwood floor, cracking your skull against the carpet. No, don't hit her. Take a moment to be dazed. Ow, my ear. Realize she's close to crying. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." Take a breather. Okay, now ask about the storm. Okay, talk to Ashley. Ask Ashley if she thinks the storm will be as bad as the last one. "Oh, I'm on the right one." Okay. "You remember the storm?" asks Ashley. "Yeah," you say, nodding. "But no one remembered the storm," she says. "It was big. It took down trees." "That's impossible," Ashley says. "Impossible. No one remembers it." "But I do." Ashley shakes her head. No, you don't understand. Please, I'm not messing with you, but this is important. But this is different. Something's different. He said no one remember the storm. Who? He He came out of the storm. I was home alone, Ashley begins, her eyes glaring distant. Mom was at work. Dad was out at the bar. Listen. You had a brother, didn't you? You remember him too? Ashley asked. He saw it first. The flash from his bedroom window. She paused. But I was the one who answered the door. We fought sometimes, says Ashley, but I wonder sometimes, if he'd answered the door instead of me, would he have eventually done what I did? What I did to him? What did you do? We got in a fight. It was a fight about how I was getting all the cool stuff from my uncle. I think he was starting to remember. Like you. Ashley chews her lips. He said I couldn't appreciate all this since I was a girl. What did you do? Ashley won't look at you. I told my uncle to get rid of him. And he did. I want to go home. No, says Ashley. You can't. He's already on his way.
No.
There it is.
No.
Like a voice.
No.
Not something you hear exactly, but still somewhere in the back of your head. Ashley heard it too. See, she says. See? He's almost here. I'm calling my mom. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits on the counter. Oh, Mom. You dial 3 rings. I want to go home. Yes. Turn to the den and pack your things. Ashley is sitting silently on the floor as you come in. You're leaving, aren't you? She says. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. This joke you're playing is really mean. I should have known it was different, Ashley mumbles. You're remembering too much. If your uncle's so powerful, why can't he just keep me here? Ashley frowned. He gets weak. He can't do as much. Is that why things have been different? Is he weaker now? Please, says Ashley. Please don't go. I've never not fed him. If I don't know what'll happen. Do you just want me to get eaten or whatever? No, please, no, she replies. It's not, I think he'll kill me. You understand? He would have killed me if I didn't. Why could you hear him? She asks, but it doesn't seem like she expects you to answer. You both lapse into an awkward silence. Eventually, a car honks outside. You get up to leave. Ashley has wandered over to the fireplace and is looking into its unlit depths as you walk out the door and into the night. The sitter's familiar car is parked out front. The front door is closed. You suddenly can't remember if you did that yourself. The lights in the den are still burning. The lights blurred and magnified by the rain streaming down the glass. That's different. You find out the next afternoon about the fire. It started in the den, say the papers, where there was known to be a fireplace. Apparently it was left smoldering in the night. There were no survivors. Arson is suspected since an accelerant would have helped the flames overcome the night's heavy rains. But nothing definitive was ever publicly released on this account. One day after school, you ride your bike by to check it out. Parts of the house still stand, walls and beams blackened by the flames. Yellow caution tape has been looped around the outside, and the rubble hasn't yet totally been cleared out by the city. You decide to investigate. The second floor has either mostly burned away or fallen through, but standing in what used to be the den, you look up to the hole that would have been Ashley's room. Broken glass and charred drywall crunch beneath your feet, until you step on something that isn't glass. You look down. There in the mess There, in the mess, is what looks like a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Color, not at all scuffed or damaged. In the back is a single cartridge, a copy of Pokemon Blue. Leave the Game Boy. You leave the ruined house and hop back on your bike, pedaling home. Your mom doesn't have work tonight since she knows you're taking recent events hard. She's promised to take you and your little sister to the movies. You don't think about Ashley at all. The uncle who works for Nintendo. All unsaved data will be lost. You went home early and it was lucky you did. Ashley and her family died in a house fire that night. What's this? Okay, so this description is exactly the same as the last one, but added, and then Mako might be the worst decision ever. So I think for that ending, I just have to do exactly the same thing, but this time take the Game Boy. So let's do all this again. I remember you were alone a lot. All I had to do was force to feed him. What is that? It's my uncle, Ashley says. Or, that's what he told me to call him. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. Okay.
I won't let you get away from me.
Okay. Take Ashley's Game Boy. What's going to happen? Looking from side to side as if anyone might actually be watching, you pick up the Game Boy and flick on the power switch. After clicking through the Pokemon intro screens, you find there is no saved game on the cart. It's like a brand new copy. You turn off the Game Boy and, stuffing it into your pocket, return home. Your mom is standing in the kitchen when you arrive, doing dishes, and your little sister is watching some annoying cartoon. Remember to take a bath and get dressed before 7, Mom calls. Remember? You're fairly certain she never told you to do that in the first place. You walk into the kitchen, dropping your backpack on the linoleum floor. Why do I need to do all that? Oh, silly, she says. Your mom turns from the sink to smile at you, and your throat tightens when you see how glassy and empty her eyes are. Don't you remember? Your uncle is coming over for dinner to celebrate his new job. So yeah, that was an obviously fucking stupid decision. Do you want to continue? What is this? Repetition with a difference. It is not the time for running. Go where you're not wanted. Go where you've been told you can't go. This passage does not exist. Kitchen. I'm hearing a secret ending. Okay. We start from 7 in the dead. What happens if I go to the kitchen? You head towards the kitchen thinking you might grab a soda from the fridge. On the way, you have to head through the dining room. Ashley's mom and dad are still there. The table hasn't yet been cleared. They're still sitting in the exact same places you left them. In fact, you realize they aren't moving at all. They sit there, completely still like mannequins. Ashley's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if getting ready to take a drink. Ashley's mom has her head turned and her mouth slightly open, as if she froze immediately after you and Ashley left the dining room. Attempt to talk to them. Hello? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. Please, are you okay? They aren't even blinking. Run back into the den. Tell Ashley about her parents. You tell Ashley what you saw. What? She asks, looking over her shoulder at you, pausing her game. Are you sure? Says Ashley, frowning at you. I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. As she stands and moves out of the room, she points back at the 64. You can play my game if you want. Play a little. After a moment of hesitation, you sit down and play the game Ashley has running. It's a little like Diddy Kong Racing, but it's not a game you're familiar with. The colors are a little weird. Still, it's relaxing. After a while, Ashley comes back. They look fine to me, says Ashley. Mom said she's gonna bring us some popcorn soon. What? But I saw them. Nice try for a prank, says Ashley, seemingly ignoring you. Oh, and one more thing, she says as she resumes her spot for the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out then, Mom. Oh, and one more thing, she says while resuming her spot in front of the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out then. Mom made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle is coming to visit. Time passes. I know what to do now. Okay. It's time. I don't want to play games anymore. Being scarce. Run to the kitchen.
This passage does not exist.
Go anyway.
What?
You go to the kitchen.
No, child.
There's not much of a...
This is not allowed, child.
Be quiet! It falls silent for a moment. It has grown weak since he hasn't been feeding it. Take out the Game Boy. From your pocket you pull Ashley's Game Boy Color. The uncle is somewhere behind the half-textured walls, grumbling to itself. Turn on the Game Boy. Shit. Oh my god. This is probably like a huge nostalgia trip. This isn't the time to use that. Pokemon. Item. You are carrying a Game Boy Color. You hope this works. Save. Probably not a good idea to save when...
Stop this, child!
Things are getting so messed up. Option. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you see it's dark and rainy. Ashley is parked in front of the large TV playing something on the Nintendo 64. Suddenly she jumps as if you scared her by entering when you did and turns to look at you. What was that? She asks. It was, I know about the uncle.
Do not listen.
Ashley blinks uneasily at you. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? I used it to come back here.
Stop this, stop this, stop this, stop this!
Ashley looks around uneasily. I hear it. It's all right.
No.
I'm starving it to death. Ashley takes her head and...
Stop this, children!
In disbelief. What are you here for? What are you doing? Rain outside increases in tempo. Or
bad children. Bad.
I came back so we can stop it. Ashley takes a step towards you. How did you do this? It's weak.
I am
There's
not!
so much that's actually not really.
Child, I am your god!
And all the others.
Gone, gone, gone,
Says
gone.
They're all gone. No, we're here. We're all here still. It doesn't eat all at once. It's slow. It takes years, maybe even forever.
Gone forever, gone forever, gone
I
forever,
made so many.
gone
My
forever.
parents. My brother. I don't deserve it. Why did you come back for me? Suddenly Ashley is coming. Why did you come back for me? Because we're friends.
You are not! Stop, stop, stop! No, 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 no! I hate you! I hate you! I'm so hungry!
Ashley looks up at you. You really came back for me? You really think you can do this? Wants us to hate each other and I won't do that. Sad smile, she nods. Okay, let's go.
No, 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 no! Come back! Come back! You don't understand. Games offered me something I didn't have before. They gave me a sense of who I was, who I could be. So old, so wide, so long in the hunts. Always lost whenever we did multiplayer. Always lost, always lost. They would make fun of me. Predator, sunless sky, barren black earth. Call the weak! Destroy them! We are made strong here. We are solid. We are unified. We will fight you! We will never cry again. We will never be laughed at again. You don't understand. You don't understand. Weakened by travel, a new herd, hungry, hungry, hungry. I am the gamer. You are not. I am. I've won. Don't you see I'm better? I'm the best. I'm the winner. 1,000 strategies. His minds, fears, desires, pleasures, boiling in its deep belly, hungry for more. What is tender? What is fearful? What is young to sweeten the long, long process of digestion?
I'm sorry for not believing you. It doesn't control us. This isn't our only choice, even if it wants us to think it is. You are my friend. No more games. You are my friend, and I am here for you. Wow. That was a really good game. The sound design in that was incredible. That was creepy as hell. Well, that was quite a fun little spook. I'm probably not going to sleep tonight. Like, that was a really good game. I enjoyed that. Yeah, but okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. This is like a browser-based thing, so I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check this out. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic day. Be gay. Do crime. I love you. Bye.
You can't get rid of me, Alex. You messed up, Alex. You messed up, you messed up, you messed up. You have done something horrible. You can't run from the ghosts of your past.